don't need to tell you, but America is falling apart. Big reason for that, of course, is the Democrats and Joe Biden's America. You want to see what Joe Biden's America look like? Take a look at this as we see college campuses across the country descend into chaos. This is in Austin, Texas, at the University of Texas, where these pro-Hamas lunatics try to take over the streets. But this, folks, what you're looking at is how it's supposed to be done. Even in liberal Austin, Texas Department of Public Safety troopers take back the streets from these lunatics. The complete opposite of what we see in other areas across the country like New York or California. Speaking of California, how about USC, the University of Southern California? Take a look at this video. This is pro-Hamas lunatics surrounding a police car after one of them is arrested for rabble-rousing to the utmost degree. LAPD had to be called in for it all to try to break this up, but massive chaos there. So this is what happens, folks, when you have a president of the United States who tries to appease our enemies, tries to play both sides in this conflict between Israel and Palestine. And really, it's not a conflict between Israel and Palestine. It's a conflict between good and evil. Israel on the side of good. We can go to the Northeast, where Harvard University also got overrun by pro-Hamas lunatics. Folks, I don't know how much you pay to go to school at Harvard these days, probably $80,000, $90,000 a year. This is what you get. This is where you're going to send your kids. I'm sure much of those people there, too, are outsiders, but it's literally chaos on campuses across the country. Everywhere you go. Listen to this. Cut 10. Folks, they're Hamas. Long live Hamas. Are you kidding me? Why will they not acknowledge, not those lunatics, they don't even know what they're doing, many of them, but why won't these college administrators acknowledge that Hamas is literally a terror organization that wants anyone that doesn't believe in their radical ideology, they want them dead, killed. Every single one of those protesters there that supports the alphabet mafia, gay rights, and all of this other transgender stuff, literally Hamas would march them out to the ocean, put them on their knees, and lop their heads off. Women, forget about it. You have no rights. But these idiots protesting in support of Hamas have no idea of this. The White House refuses to take a hard line on any of this because, again, they placate. They want to play both sides. And anytime you play both sides, what happens when you stand in the middle of the street and you get hit by cars? This is Karine Jean-Pierre.
This is a deeply painful moment for many communities, and we understand that. The president believes that free speech, debate, and non-discrimination on college campuses are important. They're important American values, and that and so he'll always be very clear. We will always be very clear about that here. But protests must be peaceful. Students must be safe. When we see violent rhetoric, we have to call that out. When we see physical intimidation or grotesque anti-Semitic remarks, we have to speak that out.
You know what? I'm tired of the term anti-Semitic. I really am. It's a whitewash of what it really is. It's called Jew hating. Okay, that's what it is. Anti-Semitism, the Democrats like to use it because I think it whitewashes what's really going on. Just say it. Jew hating. That's what we're seeing on college campuses across the country. To me, it makes me sick to my stomach what we're witnessing. And the Biden administration will not call it out. We've got to support free speech and all this stuff. Saying I am Hamas is not free speech. I'm going to throw the crew for a little loop here. I think we have the clip I am Hamas just for the fun of it. These are the lunatics that are protesting out there. Can we roll that clip?
We are Hamas!
You're Hamas? Wow. That's a good one. You're what? You're Hamas?
Yes, we're all Hamas, okay?
We are Hamas. What's with the banging, too? With the cowbells and the banging, what does that do? That doesn't scare anybody. What scares me, though, are people that say they are Hamas. All we need, one time, for them to go and do something stupid. Shoot up one of these college campuses, blow up themselves on one of these college campuses. I don't know. I take them seriously. They want to claim they're Hamas. Who knows what will happen? Now, compare what Karine Jean-Pierre did by playing both sides to what President Trump does. Listen to how President Trump denounces what's going on.
While academics have been obsessed with indoctrinating America's youth, the time has come to reclaim our once great educational institutions from the radical left, and we will do that. Our secret weapon will be the college accreditation system. It's called accreditation for a reason. The accreditors are supposed to ensure that schools are not ripping off students and taxpayers, but they have failed totally. When I return to the White House, I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics.
It's not just Marxist maniacs and lunatics, it's literally Islamic jihadists. Finally, we'll get someone who takes a stand against this absolute lunacy. The lunacy started at Columbia University, at least this latest round of it anyway. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson decided he'd go up to Columbia, pay a visit, speak in support of Jewish students and faculty there. As you can imagine, he was not met with open arms. That, of course, is Mike Johnson coming out to booze. Look, for all my problems with Mike Johnson, I applaud him for going up to Columbia and trying to speak to the folks there. I believe that the administrators are responsible, just as President Trump does. They need to be held accountable. Mike Johnson agrees with that, too.
I am here today joining my colleagues and calling on President Shafiq to resign if she cannot immediately bring order to this chaos. As Speaker of the House, I am committing today that the Congress will not be silent as Jewish students are expected to run for their lives and stay home from their classes hiding in fear. In the House of Representatives, we've already acted to address anti-Semitism on campuses. We have passed a number of statutes to address this matter, and we call upon the U.S. Senate to act upon our legislation.
So, Secret Service has a tough job keeping all those people safe, including Mike Johnson there with these lunatics. Now, I want you to take a look at these terror-driven goons that have taken over these college campuses. Because you have to ask yourself, who are they? Do they even know what they're doing? Many of them don't. These are the same goons that were operating for Black Lives Matter, the same street goons that were operating for Antifa, that were rioting and looting and stealing from stores and burning down things. All they want is chaos. They want to scream, they want to shout, they want to cause chaos. I'm not even convinced they know what they're rioting over, and if you want proof of that, just ask this protester outside of New York University.
And what would you say is the main goal with tonight's protest?
I think the goal is just showing our support for Palestine and demanding that NYU stops. I honestly don't know all of what NYU's doing.
Is there something that NYU's doing?
I really don't know. I'm pretty sure they're... Do you know what NYU's doing? About what? About Israel. Why are we protesting here?
Palestine will be free!
I wish I was more educated. I'm not either.
Oh.
I came from Columbia. I was there up at Columbia, and we came down. They said NYU students needed our support.
I'll tell you what they're not doing. They're not educating either one of you. The first clue to that is both of you have, one has a mask around her neck, the other one has a mask over her face. Okay? No education, no common sense, no anything. They just want to go down there and scream and yell. Now, all of this Islamic jihadism, this hatred for Jews is, I don't know, spreading like wildfire across the country, and I put much of the blame on Democrats. I want to show you a picture. I want to go 22 old Reno, Nevada flag, the old one. Let me show you this. This is the Reno, Nevada flag. You see the star in the Reno, Nevada? That's an American 5-point star. That's what we see on our flag. Let me show you the new Reno, Nevada flag. This is the Islamic star up there in the corner. It's an 8-point star. Same thing for Minnesota, old Minnesota, VO24. You see the flag there, and now you get the new Minnesota flag with the 8-point star. What is going on? I knew nothing about this. Apparently dozens of cities, some states, are adopting this Islamic star on flags that are now flying across America, dozens of them.